What's up, guys? We're back at our Flamingo rental rehab project. We're about midway through.
Let's check on the progress.
All right, guys, now that the snow is melted, we can see a couple things that we knew were here, but couldn't see in our first video. So the first thing I want to point out is this trench that was dug through the yard. And before we bought this house, the sewer lateral was replaced. So there'll be some seeding and strawing that we'll need to do here. But overall, we're thankful that we got a new sewer lateral and that the city covered the majority of that cost. Make sure to check with your local municipalities to see if your municipality has a program that covers the replacement of your sewer lateral.
All right, last time we were with you guys, the roof had snow on top of it, so we couldn't really see the condition. Fortunately, we saw pictures and noticed that it did need replacing, but as you can see, there's some streaks down. We would estimate the roof is probably 15 years old, so we are definitely gonna have that replaced. We're probably gonna do a nice black roof, and we're probably gonna paint the outside gray. As you can see, this is metal siding, not vinyl. Obviously, vinyl is a little more popular. You usually don't want to paint vinyl, but it's fine to paint metal. This is in great shape. It's pretty old, but it's in great shape and good condition, so we're gonna go ahead and paint it.
So the kitchen is getting set today. As you can see, we opted for the 42-inch cabinets to go up to the ceiling. These are starting to look awesome. So this will get finalized today. We have granite coming in tomorrow. Appliances getting delivered tomorrow, and we're going to get some hardware on the cabinets installed tomorrow as well.
All right, so as you can see here, we have all our 6-panel doors. We took out all the other doors and tossed them out back. We'll show you here in a second, but we get all these from the local hardware store, and then we get them here, we paint them all, we're going to put them all up. The floors, we're doing the same flooring throughout the entire house. We got this nice vinyl planks. All right, so last time we were in here, I ripped that accordion door down. We took those down. We got some nice bifold 6-panel doors that we're going to be putting up.
Yeah, we also opted to go with the dolly in the bedrooms. It's nice to have a switch dolly in the bedrooms for light, but also we don't like to put a fan in a lot of our rentals because it's just another thing that can go wrong for maintenance.
So in here, we've ripped everything out except the tub base. We ripped out the floor, the toilet, the vanity, the light, everything. There was tile on the wall. If you guys remember last time I was in here with you, we ripped that out. Some of the drywall came out, so we had to re-drywall. There in the shower, we took out the tub surround, replaced the mixing valve to one single new updated plumbing, and we put this nice tile around that's gonna get grouted, and then the floor is gonna go in here and button it up and should be out here soon.
Obviously, you can see we have a big pile of trash here. Normally at the beginning of projects, we come across houses with a lot of personal belongings, and we normally rent a dumpster for 2 or 3 days and put everything in there and then haul off the dumpster. For our rehab material and our demo material, we do periodic trash hauls throughout the project. Normally we have a garage to store this trash in, but this particular house doesn't have that, so it's gonna be in this backyard for a day or two before our trash crew can get here.
As we kind of talked about in the front of the house, you can see the condition of the siding in the back is great, hence why we're going to paint it and not replace it. I don't know if you can see the roof or not, but the roof definitely looks a little bit older, but you see the difference in the front and the back of the house. The front of the house has a tree on it that sheds leaves and branches and different type of debris material on the front of the roof, and that roof is in a lot worse shape than the back. The back definitely looks like it's a lot better. If the whole roof looked like that, we consider probably keeping it, but it doesn't, so we're gonna replace the whole thing.
So this house does have a fenced-in yard, which is great. About half of our tenants have dogs, and they're looking for this fenced-in yard, so it's a nice asset to have on a rental like this. But when you have a fenced-in yard, especially chain link, what comes with it is trees and shrubs and weeds that grow up in between the chain link. So you got to keep that as clean as possible, especially when you first buy it. Make sure you cut all those down, and every time that tenant turns over, make sure you're still cutting them down too.
Yeah, when you get your initial occupancy inspection, lots of times inspectors will catch that. If it's too rusted out, if it's fallen over, or if there's a bunch of stuff in it, they will have you have to address that before they'll pass occupancy on you.
All right, so our contractors are currently working on this project. They've actually only been here for a few days. They've given us a bid for this project, and we've accepted that bid. So as soon as the project is complete, we will do a final walkthrough with the contractors and then cut the final payment pretty much while we're there at the property.
Fortunately, this project's pretty simple and pretty quick. So how this one breaks down is we have our main core contractor. He does flooring, painting, he'll put the cabinets up, He'll have the granite come and get installed. He kind of does a lot of the main tasks that he can handle. There are certain licensed tasks that we don't really need on this project that sometimes you'll need to bring in. Sometimes you'll need a licensed electrician, a licensed plumber, different things like that that aren't necessary for this project. The other outside contractor we'll have come in is the roofer. Our main contractor does not do roofing.
So on a project like this, on any rehab project really, you want to make sure you're stopping by at least twice a week, at a very, very, very minimum, one time a week, to make sure your project is progressing the way that you want it to. So back in the day, when I first started rehabbing projects, I would show up and nothing would be done, and that's the worst feeling in the world. So stopping by your projects regularly helps keep those projects on time.
And the more project you do, the more contractors you kind of have that trial and error for, the more you get those contractors you trust. We should have stopped by more at the beginning, and we don't have to stop by as much now just because we kind of have the contractors that we know and trust. This is our first time being at this project. They've done all this in a couple days. So again, this is a pretty quick, easy one, which a lot of your rental rehabs will be. Maybe your more retail, your bigger projects, you'll definitely need to keep a bigger eye on. This one's pretty quick one, and we have a contractor that we know and trust. So this one is pretty easy. So this video, we're walking through mid-rehab. Click the link up here, you'll see the video of the first time we walked the property. We actually bought this property without actually getting inside it. We saw pictures. So that video kind of shows you our first time getting through the project, getting through it, walking, developing our scope of work, and deciding what we were going to do to get it rent ready.
Our next video of this series and our last video of this series will be the final walkthrough, where we show you guys what the finished product looks like on our latest rental rehab.
Please click and subscribe and like if you haven't yet. We'd really appreciate it.
See you guys. What's up, guys? We are back at our Flamingo rental rehab project.
Let's check on the progress. You want me to do it? You want me trying it?
Sure.
All right.
One of you guys is going to become a cameraman pretty soon.
What's going on, guys? All right.
Were there fumes in the building I didn't know about?
Go.
Is it my?
I can't do it.
Where are you linking videos?
It's right here.
Right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right there. Up here, the link.
It's harder than... All right, you got it. Click that video there, and that's the one right there.